Hey guys, Real 111T here, coming to you from a trailhead of the North Country Trail in Allegheny State Park. Just on my way back to the office from a job, and I decided to come through this way. The North Country Trail is one of the largest, or will be one of the largest trails in the long-distance trail system across the United States when it's completed. I believe it's South Dakota to Vermont, and most of what is actually completed is in New York State, and it is basically mostly concurrent with the Finger Lakes Trail. The Finger Lakes Trail is a New York State thing, and the North Country Trail is the part that is really kind of covered in the long distance trail series. Most of it is the same. It's marked by these white blazes in State Park here. Once you go over the border into Pennsylvania and it becomes just the North Country Trail, they switch to blue blazes. But I've done quite a bit of hiking along the North Country Trail. It's and the Finger Lakes Trail. It's a great great trail to hike. Usually the Finger Lakes Trail is maintained pretty well. Down in Allegheny National Forest, we had some a little bit dicier conditions, but they got great volunteers that maintain it. There's 3 great shelters here in the park. I'm not going to see any of those today, but I've camped at several of them. Just wanted to give you guys a little bit of a look and see. I've done some backpacking through here. I've actually backpacked all the way through Allegheny State Park, which is a fairly decent-sized state park here in New York State. Second only to the Allegheny Preserve, or not Allegheny, Adirondack Preserve. Brain fart. Yeah, second only to the Adirondack Preserve. I don't know exactly how many acres it is, but it's pretty decent. Like I said, there's 3 shelters, and they're basically about a little less than a day's hike apart from each other. They typically have a spring located near them, and they've got a shelter, which is usually a decent lean-to size. A couple of the sites actually have some space for tents. One of them, the one that we're closest to, Willis Creek, is real tricky to find a tent site. Along the North Country Trail, you can camp. There are some restrictions in terms of you can't be that close to the road, and this is too close to the road for whoever built this. But basically, wherever you find a likely spot, you can camp in the park. They like you to stick to the designated areas, but, you know, usually people who are backpacking are all right. What they don't want is they don't want, you know, keggers going on in the woods. So I'm going to take a look around here. There's something that I'm looking for in particular. I might have to hike a little bit. Hang on a second, guys. Well, I didn't find what I was looking for, but that's okay. This is a little close-up of another one of the blazes. Yeah. So, Allegheny State Park is a park. And just to the south of the border, into Pennsylvania, it becomes Allegheny National Forest. And you'd think that's exactly the same thing, but the park is really a park. It's there for recreational use, and it's regulated as such. The National Forest, there's still recreation there, but it's a land of many uses is the designation for it. So you've got trails going through there and hiking, but there's also logging, oil and gas exploitation, and that kind of stuff. So you run into that, you know, you'll be hiking, and all of a sudden there's a brand new, you know, oil derrick sitting there, or a gas derrick. So you don't really see that here in the park. So just wanted to give you guys a little look-see. Hopefully I'll have some more videos coming pretty soon. Thanks for watching, guys. So one more thing here. This isn't exactly when I went out to the woods looking to show you guys, but right here we've got one of these large rocks. This whole area, the Great Lakes Basin, was created when glaciers receded, and basically all the hills in this area are just littered with this flotsam left behind from the glaciers. This is a decent sized rock right here, and this is really one of the tiny ones. Okay, all these hills are covered. You know, the geology is marked by these enormous rocks. If you go up in the hills anywhere around here, this is what you're going to encounter. This is kind of cool, you know. You can find caves and overhangs and stuff like that. And yeah, just maybe something that's a little bit different than in your neck of the woods. Just but something that's, you know, says home basically to me. This is basically what it's like around here. No, what I was looking for is I was looking to find some trillium, because this is the time of the year when you start to see trillium. And the whole drive I've been kind of looking off to either side to see if I could see any, so we could take a look at it. But I guess we might have a few more days before that. Also, I didn't see any leaks, which they are up. I saw some when I was out hunting the other day. But you can't really harvest them in the park. It's one of the consequences of the park status. I don't know really that you could harvest them in national forest. Maybe you could. I don't know what the rules exactly are. But yeah, I just like to eat the leaves, and I've never been caught doing that. So, but the roots, it's sort of like a wild onion. Down south they're known as ramps. And I haven't seen any out here today, but yeah. This is actually, I think I've left the park. The park is just at the top of the hill there. So now I'm coming down towards Bradford. Thanks for watching, guys.